moment to sit back, relax, flutter the eyes closed, and start to turn the attention inward. We let go of everything outside of this room for the next 30, 40 minutes. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, now would be the time. And if that's not really your thing, it doesn't have to be. Just relax into your space and take time for yourself. Before we start to move, we'll work on a little pranayama, a little breath work. We start with a nice deep breath in through the nose. We fill the belly, diaphragm, and lungs. We hold for a brief moment, and then we gently exhale out through the mouth, emptying lungs, diaphragm, and belly. We inhale, and we exhale. We inhale once more without movement, and we exhale once more without movement. Now, before we start to flow, we're going to slide the soles of the feet together, opening up the hips, abductors and adductors into vinyasa, into our butterfly. We want to sit up nice and tall, level through the sit bones, so move any extra love out from underneath if it's needed. Round through the glutes, pressing down into the mat. Roll the shoulders back like you're trying to tuck them into back pockets. Crown of the head lifts with a slight tuck to the chin. We inhale and sweep the arms up. And exhale, left hand finds the mat. We stretch through that right side, opening up into that right lat and down into the right oblique. Press the left hand into the mat. Make sure that the sit bones stay planted. We're going to inhale back up. Exhale and twist left. We turn to look over that left shoulder, gazing to the back of the mat. We open the heart. We start to make our way down into the solar plexus and the sacral. We inhale back to center. And we exhale to a back bend. We flip the hands behind the back, press into the palms and open the heart. Option to also lift the hips to open up deeper into your back bend, but only if you already feel comfortable and ready. And if we lifted those hips, we're going to gently lower them down. And then we all inhale, sweep up. Exhale, twist right. Gaze over that right shoulder now. Continuing to look for the back of the mat. And then we inhale back to center. We exhale the right hand down. We stretch through that left lat, through that left oblique. Continuing to press into that bottom hand. compensate for the back bend. And we get a little deeper into the hips. Option to continue holding in stillness, or option to flutter the knees. And bring a little butterfly flutter, a little somatic movement, a little extra tension, trauma, and cortisol release. Because you know, the hips are where we hold on to all of that negativity. But it's up to you. You do not have to flutter if you don't want to. And if you are fluttering, we take the next moment or two to come back to stillness. We meet everyone back in our traditional fold. And then we just slowly roll back up. And we swing the legs around and come into our tabletop. Wrists under elbows, under shoulders, knees under hips. We press the tops of the feet into the mat, activating through that lower body. Back is flat, glutes active. Now remember that while your tabletop is a relatively easy asana, it is not a place of rest. You want to remain present and active throughout the body. Now we're going to inhale that left leg to the back of the room. Stretch the leg nice and long, squaring those hips to the ground. Exhale and bring the right hand up to the right ear. Elbow is bent, pressing out towards the outside of the mat. We open into the thoracic spine. And we inhale, bring the knee and elbow into the knee for a bird dog crunch variation. Exhale, extend. Back to balancing tabletop. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, last crunch. Exhale, extend. Now we're going to inhale, lower the left hand, right hand. Press the left toes down into the mat. We're going to come into a nice little hamstring stretch. Activating all throughout the back of that left leg while keeping that spine long. Right foot will kickstand out to the right side of the mat. We're going to exhale, lifting that left arm. Pressing the left foot into the ground. Miniature side plank. We stack the shoulders. We keep the belly into the spine. Gaze is towards the side of the room or up to the tippy top of that left hand. We're going to inhale, bring the knee and elbow together at the outside of the body, lifting the leg, coming into an oblique crunch. Exhale, extend. Option to not bring the foot to the floor, and option to extend that top arm long overhead instead of up. Inhale, oblique crunch. Exhale, extend. And then inhale, oblique crunch. But this time, exhale and sweep that left foot and hand forward to the top of the mat, landing in a low runner's lunge. We're stable and strong through that left heel. We're going to inhale, sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Hips are square. Chest is lifted. Exhale, extend that left leg into the hips. Half monkey. Ardha Hanumanasana. Now we want to shift those hips back to the center. If they happen to move to the side, it's no big deal if they did. And we want to make that spine long by reaching the crown of the head forward towards the top of the mat as opposed to rounding and trying to bring the nose to the knee. And we're going to bend into that left knee. Inhale, sweep up, come back to your Anjaneyasana, back to low lunge, opening through the heart. Exhale, flow back to half monkey, extend the leg and fold. Continue to activate into the glutes, give them a nice little squeeze, bend the knee, inhale back up. Exhale back to half monkey. Perfect, one more full round. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, half monkey. Hips stayed square. We're going to tuck the right toes. And we're going to inhale, sweep all the way up to a full crescent lunge, lifting that right knee. Exhale, step to a forward fold, hands down. Bring the right foot up to meet that left. We let the body hang limp and loose. Melting down into our space. Saying hello to the hamstrings and the low back. And then we bring the hands down to the mat, even if that means we bend those knees a whole lot, it's okay. We inhale, walk, step, hop, or float the feet to the back of the mat. Come into your plank. Option to lower to the knees. We want the hips aligned with the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes, it will help with that alignment. Exhale to lower, option for chaturanga. Inhale up, up dog or cobra, and exhale back to child's pose. Hips to heels. We take a little moment to melt into our space. We compensate for the back bend. And we take a moment to check in with the mind and the body. Noticing differences and similarities between the left and right side. And then we're going to gently roll back up to our tabletop, realigning wrists and shoulders, knees and hips. Now we have that same little flow on the other side, but before we do, we're going to shake out some tension in the feet. So point the toes and just tap the top of the feet on the mat. Show some love to the very, very bottom of the body. And then whenever you're ready, take a moment to come back to stillness. And this time we're going to inhale that right leg out nice and long. Again, we square the hips and reach that leg towards the back of the room. Spine stays long. And we exhale, left hand up to that left ear. Balancing tabletop. But, other side. Shoulders are back. And we inhale for that bird dog crunch on the other side, bringing the knee and elbow in. Exhale and open, balancing tabletop. Inhale, bird dog crunch. Exhale, hamstring through the back of that right leg. And then left foot is going to kickstand out to the left side. And we're going to lift that right hand, lifting into our little side plank. Miniature version, of course. Stacking shoulders, gazing to the side or up to the top, that extended right hand. And we inhale, bring the knee and elbow to knee to the outside of the body. We have our little bird dog, oblique crunch, there you go, it's bird dogs. On the side. Exhale, extend, option to keep the leg lifted. Also option to reach with the left hand instead of lifting it up. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. One more, inhale. Foot this time. Exhale, sweep the right hand and foot forward towards the top of the mat. We land in that little low runner's lunge. Not talk today. Inhale, sweep up. Lift to Anjaneyasana, that little low lunge. Keeping hips squared. Knee falling towards those toes. And then exhale, extend that front leg and fold forward. Half monkey. Ardha Hanumanasana. Other side. Remember to square and center through the hips, moving them back to the middle if they shifted. Again, no big deal if they do. And reach long with the spine. And we're going to bend that front knee. Inhale, sweep up. Low lunge. Exhale, half monkey. We have those same little flows on the other side. Inhale for low lunge. Exhale for half monkey. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, flow back. One more full round. We're going to inhale back up. And then exhale, half monkey. Now we're going to tuck those left toes. Press into the mat and then inhale, sweep up, lifting that left knee, lifting into our crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down and step that left foot up. Uttanasana, forward fold. Once again. Shoulders are away from the ears, we want to press them back. Steady through the heels. We inhale to plank your way. Again, options for feet or knees. We exhale to lower down. Inhale up. And then we're going to exhale to child's pose. Once again, hips to heels. And we take a moment to just breathe. Arms are extended long. We align the wrists and the shoulders. We're going to inhale back up to a nice big cobra or up dog. And then exhale, tuck the toes, shift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Wrists align with shoulders, which are away from the ears. We push the chest towards the thighs, shooting that tailbone up towards the sky. Feet align with hips. And it really doesn't matter if you're flat-footed or on the toes, or if the legs are extended long, or if you have a bend into the knees. It's actually all about hamstring and low back comfort. your body, make sure there's no pain, and do what is best for you today. Now we're going to inhale that right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the body to plank and the knee to the chest. We're going to hold here in our little core plank, keeping shoulders back. Then we're going to inhale, shoot that right leg back up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, back to your core plank. Bring that body forward. Bring the knee towards the chest. And then we inhale back to that three-legged dog. And exhale back to that core plank. We hold for a moment. And then we bring the foot down between the hands. Now we're going to lower that left foot down as well. Toes will angle out to the corners. Square the hips and inhale, sweep up. Warrior one. Big, wide stance with the feet, with a big bend in the knee. Square through the lower body, heavy through the heel. We exhale, extend the right leg, hinge, and fold. Again, hips are squared, back is long. It is just like our little half monkey. And now we're in a little pyramid variation. And we have their same little flow, so we're going to bend that knee, inhale, sweep up. Warrior one. Then exhale, extend and fold. Pyramid variation, stretching through that front hamstring. And then we bend the knee, sweep back up. And then exhale, come back down. One more round, inhale up. Bend the knee. Then exhale, flow. Bring it back down. Option to stay right here. Or option to come into your humble flamingo by walking the hands towards the back of the mat, lifting onto the fingertips. Shift the weight forward into that right heel a little bit more, and then lift that left foot up, bringing the knees to meet, pointing left toes. We tilt towards the back of the mat. There's a little angle in that right leg. We're heavy in that right heel. And if you did lift to that humble flamingo, we're going to gently lower back down. Re-situate the hands, and we inhale, step to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale up, and then exhale down dog. Tailbone back up nice and high to the sky. And then we're going to inhale that left leg up. Three-legged dog. Exhale, body to plank, knee to the chest, and then we hold for plank. And then inhale, extend back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, for plank, knee to the chest, body forward. And then inhale, push the leg back up. Exhale, one more core plank. We hold for a moment, and then we lower the foot between the hands. Right foot will lower down, angle the toes towards the edge of the mat. And we inhale, sweep up. Warrior one. Other side. Once again, squaring through the hips, remaining heavy in that front heel. We exhale, extend the leg, and fold. We come into our little pyramid variation on the other side, continuing to stay long through the spine, square through the hips. And then we bend the knee, inhale, sweep up. back to warrior one. And exhale, flow back. Pyramid. Perfect. Bend the knee, inhale, sweep up. And then exhale, flow back down. And we have one more full flow. So inhale, sweep it up. And then exhale, bring it back down. Same option to stay here or humble flamingo. Walk the hands to the back, bringing the weight forward. And then lift that right leg, super gluing the knees together, pointing right toes. And then we bring the weight to the left heel, bringing an angle to that leg, feeling that stretch in that hamstring. Keeping shoulders back and core tight. And if you're in your humble flamingo, we gently step that right foot back down, resituate the hands. We inhale, plank. We exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, and exhale, down dog. Tailbone is up nice and high. Shoulders and back. We're going to inhale, walk, step, top, or float the feet up the hands. Back to Uttanasana and back to our forward fold. Once again, we let the body hang limp and loose. We let gravity and body weight do some of the work for us. Then we're going to super glue those legs in nice and tight, walking them towards each other. We're going to inhale, lift the heels. Keep the heels lifted, stay on the toes with those legs tight. Exhale, bend the knees and start to lower down. You come into a toe balance. You try to get the quads parallel with the floor. Option to stay here, hands planted, or option to lift and bring hands to heart center. We press the shoulders back, and we find a spot on the ground to focus on if we feel unstable. Crown of the head is lifted, but we do have a slight tucked chin. We hold for just another few breaths, once again showing some love to the toes. And then we gently lower down all the way to the mat. We're going to extend those legs long, pressing the heels into the ground, coming into our staff pose. Once again, level through the sit bones, so move extra love if it's needed. Inhale back up. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, we lead with the heart, saying hello to the hamstrings. Saying hello to the low back. Return to look back over that right shoulder, just like we did at the very beginning. Left hand will stay super glued to that knee. And we're going to inhale, rainbow that right hand up and over. We grab the opposite knee. And then exhale, fold forward. We just melt into the space in front of us. Stretching through the arms, chest, shoulders, upper back. Then we inhale and sweep it back up. We exhale, twist left. Turning to look over the left shoulder. We balance through the heart, sacral, solar plexus. Right hand stays on the knee. We inhale, windmill that left hand up and over to the opposite knee. Exhale, fold. And those same things, what we do to one side, we gotta do to the other. And then we inhale, sweep it back up. And exhale, we fold forward, threading our hands under the legs and trying to bring the palms together. The prayer hands threaded through our little body nuts and the butterfly legs. Now we want to try to press those shoulders back, keeping that spine long. Really reach the crown of the head forward. And just like in our warm-up, just like at the beginning, option for stillness or option to also flutter. Intentional, small, yet meaningful movements. And if you did choose to flutter, if you did choose movement, you take a moment to meet everyone else back in stillness. We gently unthread the hands, we inhale up. And exhale, we slowly lower down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Head and neck are the last to lower down. We keep the feet together here for a moment. We allow gravity to open up those hips a little bit more. And then we gently lift the knees, flattening the feet out to the ground. Bring the hands behind the head, make a little pillow with the hands, interlace fingers. And allow the thoracic spine, allow that upper body to open up onto the mat, pushing elbows towards opposite sides of the room. Now we're going to push the hips into the ground for a nice And we're gonna keep breathing. Inhale for one side. Exhale for the other. One more to each
Hey guys, we're
side.
not open yet.
Not open yet.
And then the next time the knees are over to the right side, we're gonna go ahead and let them stay there. We feel that stretch all along the outside of the left hip. Once again, allowing gravity to work for us instead of against us. And then we inhale, float the knees up. Exhale, we switch, we float them left. We continue to let gravity work for us instead of against us. Continue to relax. That nice little stretch all on the outside of the hip. And then we gently lift the knees and back to center. We press those hips down. And we're gonna inhale those legs all the way straight up the sky. We press the hips down, coming into our legs up the wall pose. Option to stay here. Or option to lift the hips a bit, floating the eyes to the belly for your supine Uttanasana. Option to keep lifting the hips and roll onto the shoulders for Halasana or cloud pose. Or even option to lift the legs up into the air for your shoulder stand. Your choice, but we do have just a handful of breaths here. No matter where you're at, we're gonna gently start to lower back down to the ground. Coming back to our legs up the wall pose. We flatten everything out into the mat, except the legs, they are up still. We work that low back. We work on circulation. We inhale. And exhale, we hug the knees into the chest. We give ourselves a nice hug. We thank our bodies for everything they are capable of. Their brilliance and resilience. The everyday miracles that we take for granted regularly. We take another nice deep breath in through the nose, just like we did at the very beginning of our practice. And as we exhale, we extend the arms, we extend the legs. We take a nice big stretch like we just woke up from a good night's sleep. And come into Savasana, your way. traditional Savasana, feet open,